So if you've been married a long time, you've probably accrued a lot of property during your marriage, or at least some property, maybe even some debt together too. But you wonder when your divorce is coming, what means marital property versus what's personal property? If there are things you've brought into the marriage with you, whether it's some land you inherited from your family, maybe even a home that you owned before the marriage, that can be considered personal property that is not to be divided by the court. But anything you've gained during your marriage, even the increase in your retirement accounts, even the additions to those retirement accounts, investments, things like that, whether it's financial or even a physical asset like a home, can be considered marital property if it's accrued during your marriage. But keep in mind, if there are things that you have gotten from outside of your marriage, like an inheritance or like a home or a farm that you inherited from some family during your marriage, but you've never really used it as a family, you've never commingled it into your family estate, we could probably make a good argument that that is not marital property. It should be considered separate personal property that should not be divided by the court, and your spouse shouldn't get any share of that. You may wonder, what is commingling of funds? So think about it this way. If you're in your kitchen and you have a bowl of sugar, you have a bowl of flour, they sit as two separate things right here. Once you take a third bowl and you take a little sugar, you take a little flour, put it into the bowl, you mix them together, it's going to be hard to tell what is what. You can't tell what came out of bowl A or what came out of bowl B because those two items have been commingled into one bowl right here. That's kind of the same idea in a marriage with assets. If you have things that you brought into the marriage, things your spouse brought into the marriage, you keep them separate, you may be able to keep them separate. But once those things, especially money, gets brought into the marriage and put all into this middle bowl, and the sugar and the flour gets mixed together, that's commingled property. And now it's there to be divided by the court because you can't tell what came out of your sugar bowl or what came out of your flour bowl.